Welcome back to the STK show, man. This is drinking and thinking and drinking with Sack the King, man. You feel me? I already gave y'all one topic, right? I already gave y'all one topic a second ago. So go check that video out. But here goes another topic. All right. Since we drinking, man. I'm on that 9% strong chew high, man. You feel me? And I mixed it with this Red Bull. That shit tastes like Skittles, so I call it the Skittles. You feel me? But what I want y'all men, this is for y'all men, and women, y'all can get something out of this too, right? They say a bitch can be a nigga's worst downfall. You feel me? That's true. And men, when you're looking for a woman, right, in life, she can either be a helper or a hinderer. Do not let that go over your head. A woman can be a helper or a hinderer in your life and in your progression, right? Y'all don't mind me, man. I'm just drinking and thinking, man. This is just me, you, and this cup right here. Whoever's watching this now or whoever's watching this later, man. But sadly, men, like, it ain't too many times in life you're gonna find a woman that's a fucking go-getter, right? Who's got dreams, who's got goals, who's got ambition, and who's trying to help you get rich. Nowadays, we living in times where a female only is with you for convenience or for some stability or what she can get out of you. You know what I'm saying? And and it's like when you get with a female, and I've dealt with this shit. I've dealt with this shit out of females where I realized, like, damn, I really wasted my time, effort, and energy even trying to build a female up and build her self confidence up to get on the same wavelength as I am mentally, right? Of like wanting something better than herself or wanting something better than life has given to her. Because you can accept what life gives you, right? Or you could take them crumbs and make bread out of that shit. You feel me? But choosing the wrong female will set you back years in life. You feel me? It will. And I know this and I've dealt with this shit before, right? A woman could be a great person, a great person. You're sweet, you're caring, you're kind, you know, but you have no goals, no ambition, no drive. And it's like those type of females will hold you back in life if you're a real ambitious go-getter type dude. Like those type of dudes need the same equivalent, the same equal to them. Otherwise, you're not gonna get rich, my nigga. Like you're gonna be stuck in a like some people are cool with just being stuck where they at and just eking their way through life. But if you somebody who's still trying to progress and build each year after year after year, if you're not with somebody who wants those same type of goals and has that same type of drive and ambition, bro, you either gonna be single until you find that type of person, or you're gonna lower your standards and settle for a female who's not like that. And females, the same thing with y'all. Y'all gonna settle for a man who's not like that. Like if getting rich ain't your goal in life, this ain't for you. You feel me? But if getting rich is your goal in life, and you know your goal in life is to not have to is to wake up and not have to worry and do what the fuck that you want to do every single day, like I do. That's my goal in life, is to wake up and do whatever the fuck I want to do every single day. Not have to answer to nobody, not have to worry about no money. Is to get up and do what the fuck I want to do every single day. That's my goal in life. You feel me? aside from making sure that my family and friends are straight. But you can't do that if you ain't rich. You feel me? But if you dealing with the wrong partner, and key word is partner, you're not going to achieve those goals. You're going to be steadily feeling like you got a weight on you that you pulling and pulling and pulling. And I've been there before. You feel me? I've been there before. And like I said, I've dealt with females that were great people. They were great people. Caring, kind. But they didn't know the difference between having a job and having a career, my nigga. You feel me? They didn't have no goals of their own. They didn't have no ambition. See, it's different when you have goals, right? Everybody can have goals. But ambition is what turns those goals into reality, right? There's a difference between a dreamer and a visionary. Let me tell you the difference between a dreamer and a visionary is a plan. A plan is the difference between somebody who's a dreamer and has dreams and a visionary who has goals. It's a plan. It's really that simple, bro. And I learned this by reading books. You know what I'm saying? Everybody can have a dream. How many people do y'all know that sit around and just be like, oh man, one day I'm gonna do this. Oh man, I want this. Oh, I'm finna do this. I'm finna do that. But they don't do shit. They don't have a fucking plan on how they're gonna accomplish that goal. But the ones who have a plan that's like, you know what? I want to do this. I want that. I want this. And this is how I'm going to get to that level or get to that thing or accomplish that goal. That's the difference between a dreamer and a visionary. You feel me? And it took a long time for me to even realize the difference between the two. But like I said, I had to, what clicked in my head was reading books, was educating myself, was feeding my mind with knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Go ask whoever your love interest is right now, go ask them what's the last book that they read. You feel me? Go ask that man what's the last book that he read. Go ask that woman what's the last book that you read or listened to, because we got Audible now. See what their reaction is. See, my goal every year is to read 10 books a year. You feel me? That's been my goal since like 2 years ago. I don't know if y'all been keeping up with my channel, but I'm already at like 12 books this year. I passed my goal of 10. I'm at 12 now. I'm on my 13th book. My 13th book, my goal had to rise up to 15 now because I already passed 10. So what's the next goal? To 15. I'm on my 13th book, and that's Allen Iverson's book, right? And I like autobiographies and I like self-help books because those shits can teach you a lot. Like what somebody else dealt with can teach you a lot. Self-help books like 48 Laws of Power, Richest Man in Babylon, Think and Grow Rich. These are books that nourished whatever was in me to think differently. You know what I'm saying? It's a few more that I can name. And I should be doing more book reviews on this channel, right? But I've read over 10 books this year. I'm at my 13th book, like I said. And my goal is 15. So I got about 5 more days to finish 3 books, which I'm gonna try to. But back to the original topic, right? A lot of these females and males don't know the difference between having a job and having a career. You know what I mean? There's a difference between having a job and having a career. You feel me? And some people are just cool and stagnant and comfortable with just having a job. With just, oh, my bills are paid. I got a little bit of money to, drink or whatever my vice is. And they don't want a career. See, a career will get you richer faster than just having a job will. Feel me? And it's hard to condition somebody's mind to even get in that mind frame to be from a dreamer to a visionary when they don't have one, the drive and ambition from yourself. You feel me? Whoever that is, hello, how you doing? Pope in my juice? Nah, man, no pope in my juice, man. No pope in my juice. But you know, it's like you gotta have that ambition in you first and foremost. And if you don't, you gotta look for that shit. You gotta, like, some people don't even have any examples of that shit. You feel me? They don't have no examples. Let me give y'all an example, right? Let me give y'all an example. Like with my kids and with my homies who's still in the streets, I had to get out the streets 7 years ago. I had to show motherfuckers, hey man, if I can do it, if Zach the King can do it, you can do it too. Cause if you know me, you really know I should be dead or in prison with all the shit that I was doing. You feel me? It's shit that my mama don't even fucking know. All the shit I was into. Just because I ain't get caught for that shit. And it ain't because I was too smart or I was too slick or, you know, as I used to think in my head, I'm 10 steps ahead of the game. No, bro, I just had to realize God had a better plan for me than I had for myself. So, since I was able to make it out the streets, I try to be that example for somebody else because sometimes people don't even know that they have ambition or drive or anything like that in themselves until they see an example of that shit. You feel me? And especially with black folks, like sometimes you gotta show and prove to us. We want to see an example of that shit. And sometimes you gotta nurture your mind. You feel me? With books, with if you're not a book reader, with like the internet is endless, bro, with information. We living in a time where you could just say something into your phone and get the information like that. You feel me? And people do not take advantage of that shit as much as they should or as much as they could. It's a motherfucker sitting in a third world country right now that wishes that they had all the opportunities that the average American has. Even the brokest American, right? Even the homeless motherfucker in America is living better than a homeless person in the Philippines and Thailand and Taiwan and some of these other countries I done been to, bro. You think you're poor in America? You think you're broke in America? You think you're homeless in America? No, mom. No. Go to some of these other countries, bro. Go to some of these other countries and you're gonna see these people would die to have the opportunities that most motherfuckers take for granted. You feel me? But let's circle back into the original topic at hand. If you dealing with somebody who don't have the same drive and ambition and goals as you and don't have a plan in order to make those things happen, you gonna fuck around and waste so much time of your own. You're gonna fuck around and be single until you find that equal, or you're gonna have to lower your standards and just accept the person that, you know, we all want companionship. We all want somebody to love. You just gonna have to accept that shit and that person for who they are. But you're never going to reach your full potential if you're not with your equal. You feel me? You're not gonna reach your full potential if you're not with your equal. So men, this is for y'all, man, because women got it easy, bro. Women could just get online, post some provocative pictures of themselves, and then get whatever they want out of these suckers and simps and lames and tricks. You feel me? But it's harder for a man, you know, like a woman will find somebody to take care of her quicker than a man can. You feel me? Because most of the time, that's what females is doing. They looking for the quick come up. They looking, especially in today's times, they looking for the easy hustle, the sucker nigga. Like, okay, he might not be who I want physically and looks wise, but shit, he got some money, so I'm gonna deal with it. Like men, a man ain't finna like your looks only go so far with a real man. You feel me? Now, if you ain't a real man, then looks is everything to you. But looks to a real man like myself and others out there who might be listening to this later only go so far. Looks fade, man. Looks fade. So I want to know what's up here. You can't talk, you can't talk bread around pigeons. You know what I'm saying? Like, have you ever seen a pigeon? Those have got to be some of the stupidest fucking birds I ever seen in my life. There's a difference between a pigeon and an eagle. That's why most of the time you see eagles flying solo and pigeons in groups. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of bird brain ass bitches and niggas out here too. But this video is for the men. Because I'm trying to give y'all some game, bro. Like, don't waste your time on a female who don't know the difference between a job and a career, who don't have no goals, who don't have no ambition, who don't have no drive. Because that shit is gonna drive you insane when you look back or you get to a point in the relationship and you be like, damn, bro, like, I done gave this bitch so much game and she ain't do nothing with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I done been in relationships where I done gave a female all the knowledge I had. And if she just would have applied that shit, we could be rich by now. These were good people, but when it came to getting money, when it came to having some hustle, when it came to having some drive, when it came to having some ambition, that shit just was not there, bro. I don't know if it was genetics or what, but it's like, damn, I done invested all this time and game into you, and it's like everything I said went in one ear and out the motherfucking other, and time will reveal all, right? Because if you leave that situation, you'll see how those people are doing in life. You feel me? None of those females that I'm referencing are winning in life. You feel me? I had to, like I say in some of these game times, I had to separate to elevate. You know what I'm saying? And I'm in this fat ass mansion by myself. You know why? Because I refuse to be with a motherfucker who ain't my equal. Like, I can do this shit by myself. When a bitch asks me, what do you bring to the table? Motherfucker, I am the table. What are you bringing to the table? How are you going to enrich my life and get me to the next level and get us to the next level? Because I can tell y'all bitches 1,000 ways I got a plan to get us to the next level. But like I said, you can give somebody the game, but it's up to them to use it. It's up to them to imply it. It's up to them to implement it, I should say. You feel me? And men, again, if you're not dealing with a woman who's ambitious, who got goals, who ain't coming to the table with ideas and hustles and ways to make some money, it don't gotta be illegally. It can be legally as fuck. You know what I'm saying? If she's not trying to condition her mind and feed her mind herself, and then bring that to the table and let you, a nigga who's trying to do all those same things, feed her as well, you're gonna end up being single, or you're gonna end up settling and lowering your standards for a woman who just looks good, for a woman who just can cook and might clean a little bit, who is just a good person. And that shit don't pay no fucking bills, my nigga. That shit don't get you to the next level of trying to get rich, my nigga. Because I got goals. My goal, like I said earlier in this video, is to be able to wake up and do whatever the fuck I want every single day. And you know who those type of people are? People that got financial security. There cannot be no romance without finance. That's why any man watching this now or later needs to chase money and not bitches. Because when you chase money, when you chase bitches, you'll go broke. When you chase money, everything that you want will come to you. Every single thing that you want will come to you when you chase money and you focused on money. Trust me. Trust me, I used to chase bitches, and that shit had me broke as fuck. You feel me? Now I chase money. And all those broke as fuck people, they fall by the wayside sooner or later. Friends, family, bitches. When you got tunnel vision and you got goals and ambition and you chasing that shit like a fucking hamster on a fucking little wheel, and that's all you see every single day, all the bullshit ass people will fade the fuck away, man. You'll get more out of chasing money than you will out of chasing bitches, man. Trust me, I swear to God. I swear to God, I done got more out of life than out of chasing money and chasing my goals and turning my dreams into a vision than I did ever chasing bitches, bro. Ever. But it's just me talking. It's just me drinking and thinking, man. It's just y'all in this cup and me. You feel me? And this is the same kind of game I try to give my son. This is the same kind of game I try to give my friends who will listen. This is the same game I try to give my brothers, because I got 3 of them. This is the same kind of game I try to give the average person who starts having conversations about money. It's like, if you want to get rich and you want to be successful in life, it's more than just finding a bitch that you like, my nigga. It's more than that. It's about finding a partner who wants to build with you, who has goals that they're bringing to the table, who has ideas that they're bringing to the table, who has hustles that they're bringing to the table, who has ambition that they're bringing to the motherfucking table, man. Because looks fade. It's not all about looks. It's not all about a bitch sex. It's not all about a bitch conversation. It's about the mind. So again, I'm going to get off this video. I'm going to get off this live, right? Hello, whoever that is. But I want y'all to ask whether you're in a relationship or you're not. The next time you see your significant other, or if you with her or him, roll over and ask them, what's the last book that you read? What's the last source of information that you went to condition your mind to get some game? Next time you go on a date, ask those same questions. As you eating dinner, or as you walking in the park, whatever the fuck y'all do to go on dates, right? Ask that person, like, do you read books? What's the last book you read? How do you feel about like what are your goals? What is your 5-year plan? Where do you see yourself at in 5 years? People who have goals and ambition, they already got that shit. They ready to spit that shit out at you because they looking for probably the same thing. But somebody who don't, books, what? Oh, I ain't read a book since 3rd grade. Goals? I don't know what my goal is. I don't know what my vision is, because everybody can dream. But the difference between a dream and a vision is a plan. Remember that. I ain't gonna take up too much more of your time. It's just me drinking and thinking, man. Hit that subscribe button below so you can be the first to know and help the channel grow. And I appreciate everybody who's gonna watch this now. I appreciate everybody who watched this, tuned in and out. And I appreciate everybody who's gonna watch this later, man. Giving y'all some news y'all can use. Thank me later. It's King.